Hey guys, welcome to this video. We're going to be looking at personal PSKs today and how we do that in the MikroTik. Basically very simple. We've got the ability to provide a PSK to our for our SSIDs for people to connect to, but now we want to do it so we can individually give out a separate password essentially to individual users or individual groups. And then we can do other stuff then with that, like assign particular VLANs to a particular user. But it means we've got a single SSID the entire time.
Before we jump into today's tutorial, I just want to say a quick thank you to our sponsor, Admiral Platform, which is the easiest way to monitor, manage and maintain all your MikroTik devices from one cloud dashboard. So adding a device is really simple. Grab the config, paste it in your terminal, and then you're done. Your device is online and ready to monitor. With Admiral, you get live monitoring, up-to-date backups, firmware management, and even remote access. Everything you need to keep your MikroTik network under control, whether it's one device or a fleet. And here's a bonus: if you use my email address, hello@mikrotikmasters.com, as the referral email, you'll get a second month for free. If you want to see Admiral in action, check out my full review and walkthrough, and there's a link in the description as well below. Alright, let's get back to the tutorial.
So what I'm using is my HAP-AX. I've got it already configured as a CAPsMAN controller. I've already got an access point associated. I'm not using the built-in Wi-Fi for this example, but basically it's already all set up to go, good to go. We've got 2.45 gig, both using the separate MikroTik Masters 5G and 2G, and then I've got a guest SSID. Each one of those SSIDs has a separate VLAN ID, which we're giving out via the data path. And then for security, basically we're using PSK for my main SSID, and then the guest one is actually using hotspot, but we're not going to be looking at guest today. I won't go into detail how this is all configured from a Wi-Fi and a CAPsMAN point of view, because I've got plenty of other videos covering that in more detail, so check those out. I'll put a link to anything useful in the description below for how to get to this state. And effectively I've got 3 VLANs: the management, which is VLAN 10, which is what these access points are connected on, and then I've got VLAN 20 is my main SSID, and I've got 30 for my guest. So as I mentioned, we've got a simple PSK, which is set under this profile here. As you can see there, hello world 123, and that's just WPA2 PSK, which as you can see I'm connected to now. I'll just disconnect and then forget that, and then reconnect. Okay, so it's just that hello world 123. There we go, connected. We can just look at our IP address we're getting. So 10.0.20. So I'll show you the IP schema that I'm using. 10 for VLAN 10, 20 for VLAN 20, and 30 for VLAN 30. Okay, so that's all good. All good to go there. So what I'm going to now do is I'm going to create some additional PSKs we can use, and then I'll show you what we can then do once we've done that as well. So this bit has to be done via CLI only. So if you're not overly comfortable with using the CLI, then unfortunately it is the only way to do this at the moment, but it's fairly straightforward, so hopefully you'll get to grips pretty easily. So it's interface, Wi-Fi, and then security, which would bring us to this tab, and then all the settings within here. But this is the feature that's not in the GUI, is this multi-passphrase. And now what we can do is add a new one, and here's the options we can do. So we're going to assign it to a group, and then this is the group we're going to then reference in our profile. So we'll add a group called management for my management SSID. Okay, and then we're going to give this one a passphrase of something original, like hello world 1. So the other one was 123. will just be 1 for this one. Okay, and then it disappears once you hit enter, and you can't even up arrow and do that again. Essentially because it doesn't want to show you the password you just typed in. Although if you do then do this command, so instead of add we do print, you can actually see it there, and it gives you all anything that's set. Okay, so let's just do that again. So interface Wi-Fi, security, and multi-passphrase, and then add. And we'll add another one. We'll call this, so this will do passphrase hello world 2, and then this time we will same group. Sorry, group equals. Now you can't actually tab the group name. Unfortunately, you have to actually type it, so you have to make sure you type it correctly. Otherwise, you'll create multiple groups. Okay, let's up and then print again. There we go. So I've got my 2 additional passphrases. Okay, now we're going to need to actually add a new group, and unfortunately, we can't do this bit via the GUI, or we could do it by the GUI and then just add the section afterwards. So I'll show you both ways of doing that. So again, interface Wi-Fi, security, and then we just add this time without the multi passphrase, and then we just give it a name of sec PPSK, and then we go on to authentication types. We'll do WPA to PSK, and then we'll do this multi passphrase group, and this is where we need to type that group in. Okay, the same group we added when we added the this group here for our passphrases. Enter. Now we'll go ahead and change the configuration. We'll just do the 2G one for testing. So security, instead of that first sec one, we're going to select that new one. Okay. Now normally what happens when you select a security group that has a authentication method or type as PSK, but you don't set the PSK here, it will complain saying you need to set the PSK, where we can't actually see because it's hidden. We've actually selected that multiple passphrase group. Okay, so the other way to do that is we would create we'll just call this one for now because I'm going to delete it afterwards, so just to show you. We could set that there, and we could OK, and now in the CLI we could do interface Wi-Fi security, and then this time we can as you can see, you've got these other options here, so we can edit or we can set. So we're going to set multi passphrase group management, and then we want to do that to, we double tab and get these there. We can see the groups the profiles we've already added. We'll just do sec 1, and then we've set it on that one. So now that one will be that one will have the same settings as the other one. Okay, there's 2 ways of doing it. So if you wanted to do more, if you wanted to configure more things on the GUI and you found that easier, and then at the very end you wanted just to add that additional line, then that would be another way of doing it. Okay, so now we just need to change our configuration. Now we're going to just do it to the 2G one only, 2 gig one. So currently it's just the sec one. We're going to go to the PSK one. Okay, apply that. Okay, right, now let's test. Let's forget that. Okay, connect again. Now let's go for the first hello world 1. Yep. There we go, connected. And this is me here. Okay, and let's go ahead and disconnect and forget. Now we will connect again, this time with that second. Oh, wrong. That's the no. There we go. So I haven't changed anything in between checking those 2 passwords, and then there we go, I'm on again. Just make sure I'm on that same network. There we go. So as you can see, I could have two different users, and you don't want to give everyone the same password. So it meant if a user did, did leave, or someone found out their password, you could just change the one without changing it, and then having to update everybody. Or you could do it as, if you wanted to regularly update people's passwords and give them new ones, and then that's also an option. How you administrate that is probably a wider discussion and up to you. So now what I'll show you is ways of manipulating what else we can do. So if we go back to our CLI and we go to interface, Wi-Fi, security, multi-passphrase, and then we do print. So I've got these two set now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put the first one onto the guest network. And to do that, I'm just going to give it the guest VLAN. So we can do, we can either update this one. So I'll show you how we update it. So interface, Wi-Fi, security, multi-passphrase, and then we can do set like we did on before. And then we want to set the VLAN ID to be 30. And now this time we can't tab and just use the names because they don't have any names set. So we're going to do it basically based on that. We can do it either group, which would set it on all of them, but we want to just do it on the first one. So we use this to 0, the number, and just put 0 on the end. Okay, now if we do that, if we just up to print, see now I've got a VLAN tag, VLAN ID set on that one. So now let's go ahead and disconnect. We'll forget. Now we will connect again, but this time I'm going to use that first one. There you go. There you see, it's loading up it's attempting to load up the splash page, but it's not going to because I've got internet access already on this machine. So the splash page will actually come, but if we go to here, you'll see that if I go to my command prompt to do ipconfig again, there you go, so I'm on 30. So I'm now on the guest network, but I've connected to exactly the same SSID as I did before. Okay, I've got no internet because it's a bit confusing because I'm actually, I guess the hotspot doesn't actually think I'm online. So, but anyway, so yeah, effectively we can do it that way. So the way that I'm assigning the VLAN ID natively at the moment is via this data path. So as you can see, this guest and this main is assigning 20, and this main is set in the data path here. So if I was to remove that, basically now my SSID wouldn't work. So if I disconnect from this, forget. And if I connect again with that second one, which as we know would before put me on the correct network, basically what's going to happen is it's not going to be able to assign me my traffic to a VLAN because I've not told it what VLAN to assign it to. And I've got no untagged native VLANs available for it to use. So there we go. So that's basically, that would have connected by now. So let's cancel that. So what I could do is I can assign the VLANs here independently. So what happens if it doesn't have a VLAN ID set, it would use the data path. By setting it here, it would overwrite this, what is set in this one, or we could get rid of this altogether and make sure that we want to give, we want to be that granular that we give every single user the correct VLAN. So what I'm going to do, I'll show you how to remove them. So interface, Wi-Fi, no, not WiGuard, Wi-Fi, security, multi-pass, and then we're going to go remove. And again, we have to do it based on the these numbers here, or we could do it the whole group, but we want to just remove the number 1. So it starts on 0, then goes to 1. So just put 1 at the end. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to up arrow, delete that. Now I'm going to add a new one, and I'm going to re-add it basically. It's basically showing you 2 ways that we could do it. We can remove it and start again, or we could just set different parameters on the existing ones. So this is going to be passphrase, hello world. This one was 2, wasn't it? The second one. VLAN ID, we're going to give it 20, and the group is management. Okay. Let's just do a print and show those. There we go. So now I've got VLANs tagged on each one. Let's connect now. Connected. Just make sure I'm on that network. There we go. Back on 20. So yeah, hopefully that was clear enough. Hopefully it was useful. If you've got any questions, any thing you'd like me to expand on, if there's anything there which you didn't quite understand, or you have a specific use case, please reach out. But if not, I'll say thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.